Like, dude, Reddit is bad for, like, a number of different reasons, okay? But, like, one of the reasons is because every Python coding course, they're like, okay, it's time for the final assignment in Intro to Programming. We're gonna make a Reddit bot. So think of something really cool that's not at all annoying, and then just let it run wild. Hey, you got an A+, you made the world's most annoying bot. It tells people when they spelled something wrong. A+, thanks for ruining the website. Those people should be in federal prison. Too far. Those people should not have done that. Better on mobile and throwaway because my daughter uses Reddit. Well, there's your first red flag. Are you sure that her boyfriend is real? Sorry, that was beneath me. It was just a witty little loan, okay? Who calls the radio? It was the 90s. Everybody called the radio. I remember I'm old enough to have made a phone call to the radio request line. So here's the thing, alright? My favorite song at the time, Pretty Fly for a White Guy by The Offspring. I'm calling. I'm busy. Burp, 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 busy. Burp, 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 busy. I get through. I got the radio on right next to me, right? They say, what song do you want to hear? I swear to God. As soon as they said, what song do you want to hear? They had started playing Pretty Fly for a White Guy on the radio. What am I going to do? I'm not going to be the bozo that's like, play the song. I'm requesting the song you're currently playing right now. So I went, can you, I just wanted to call in and see if you could play Miami by Will Smith. And then they go, sure, no problem. And then like 2 songs later, they played Miami by Will Smith. And the next day at school, I was like, hey, were you listening to 102.7 The Border at 6:15 last night? You know when they played Miami? That was my Miami. I did that. The one at 5:15, that one, that was probably just preordained. That might have been payola or something like that. But the one at 6:15, that was me, man. I did that. That's like Twitch chat when the people suggest the game you're just going to play anyway. It's true. I didn't think about that, but yeah, that's fair enough. People are like, you should play SAP. I'm like, oh, I'm glad you asked. Just for you, I'm going to play SAP. Dude, I ended up, you got to be careful with your phrasing here. I ended up in a weird part of Twitter, okay? There's somebody I follow who's like a games journalist. He posted a video unrelated to games journalism, and it was like this TikTok influencer that's called like the Dapper Man or something like that. It's just an older gentleman in like a 20-piece suit who made a video that was like, guess what, everybody? The bowler is back. And he took out like a bowler hat and then went like and put it on top of his head. And I was like, that's very funny. I enjoyed the video immensely. I clicked on the tweet to see what was going on in the mentions. Every single tweet below it was like, hey, Big Daddy, would love to bend your ass over my kitchen counter and give it to you good. And then, like, I didn't realize what had been going on. It was like a thirst trap for bears. I thought it was just like a guy who's really into fashion. I didn't realize that it was like some safe for work, not safe for work stuff. That's actually amazing. I mean, I was laughing and I was also like, I mean, what did I expect? But like, there's nothing wrong with it. I was just like, man, when you least expect it, you find yourself on horny Twitter. I was literally just minding my own business, watched like a funny video. I've been trying to make a lot of enemies lately, and I think I'm going to do it here. Burritos, delicious. Gyros, gyros, kebab, pita, delicious, okay? Anything else that doesn't default into one of those categories and just ends up being called a rap, I never want to see it ever again. I feel like raps are the worst. And I'm not saying all things that fall under the rap category. I'm saying specifically if something is marketed as like sandwich ingredients but wrapped up in a flatbread instead, get that shit out of here. I don't want it. I mean, to be fair, if someone Okay, I guess I'll just fucking die. All right, see you. What? I don't really know what the hell I'm supposed to do about that. It's easily the most unfair thing that's ever happened to me in this game, but that in and of itself makes it humorous. What a great day to be a doubter. I just don't understand why they why they make it so ass. I mean, listen, don't make fun of my daughter's English, okay? It's coming along real quick. But sometimes I'll be like, she'll say like, "Daddy, I want cookie." And I'm like, "Well, you can't have a cookie because you just had a chocolate egg." Obviously, that's ridiculous. What do you think I'm trying to... I'm not trying to, like, you know, ruin your life before you even have, like, formed memories or anything like that. And then I'll say something like, "Do you want a banana?" And then she goes, "No, me am not want banana." And I'm like, oh, okay, listen. You're in an emotional state right now. I'm not going to correct your grammar right now. Listen, are you in an emotionally stable enough place to hear distressing news? Because I'm not giving you a cookie. I'm not going to be that dad. I'm sure I've told this before, but this is my favorite example of being like quick-witted to a fault. My grandparents had a skylight in their bathroom for whatever reason, because it's classy. So you could look up at absolutely nothing while you're taking a big dookie dump. And my grandma would get paranoid, and she would say, like, "We gotta take out that skylight. I'm worried someone is spying on me when I'm taking a shower." And then he said, "Are you crazy, woman? Nobody wants to see you naked." And then she replied, "I think I know somebody who wouldn't mind." And then he said, "Then that guy must be as crazy as I am." Which is just like from tip to tail, an absolutely perfect joke. Completely improv off the cuff. But something that it shouldn't have gotten to the point where you were able to say it in the first place, but definitely should not have said it. Until I had a kid, I basically did not. I was just annoyed by children in public, for sure. I don't think this guy did anything wrong, except he was kind of a dickhead with the way he interacted with the mom. Like, before we had our kid, if there was... Sometimes kids in public would just, like, talk to you. They'll be like, "Oh, and you're like, oh, yeah?" And then you just, like, walk away. Now I'm like, "Whoa, Pog! Oh, what? Really?" And they're like, "Yeah. Oh, look at my dinosaur." And I'm like, "Wow! What kind of dinosaur is that?" And then they go, "A Bubbasaurus." And I go, "A Bubbasaurus?" But I don't expect, like, someone without a kid to act like that. Like, that. If you act like that and you don't have a child, you're, like, clinically insane.